Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the High Elevation Podcast, baby. Let's
Podcast.
go. Let's
Welcome back,
go.
everybody.
Uh, yeah, I'm Daniel. This is my cousin Reed, the Brains, and I'm the Brawn. Well, not the Brawn, but I used to be
LeBron.
an athlete. Exactly. Reed's got the high IQ. I got the height. He's got the height too. What are you like,
6'3",
6'5"?
6'4". We're in there. 6'4".
Okay, okay, it's 6'7" over here, so we got some height.
Show
You know, the
off.
family basketball games. I'm still the best player. All right, let's say that. All right, so a lot's happened recently in sports. We're starting off with the MLB. There was a great week. We're Dodger fans. We're Dodger fans, so like obviously we're 8-0 at the time of the recording. Probably gonna be 9-0 after today. Just to say,
What can I
putting it out. Probably
say?
10-0 after tomorrow.
Probably
But
27-0 after April. Like, what are we doing?
exactly. So wait, do you know what the record for the most wins in a season is?
I believe it is 116 for the Mariners, at least in the
A long
modern
time
era.
ago, right? Like
2001.
2000,
2001.
2000, yeah.
I'm not sure what pre-1800s or in 1900s,
Sure.
whatever, but in the modern era, Mariners at 116.
Yeah, obviously it's early, but I see no reason why we can't flirt with that number this year,
The only reason
And
why
like
we
it would
wouldn't.
be a huge deal if that happened,
Oh
right?
yeah. I think the only reason why we wouldn't is if Roberts himself doesn't want to go for it, or the team wants to preserve their health for the playoffs rather than doing it, which I could very well see happening. But I think if we really try, there's really nothing
Yeah,
stopping
I
us.
mean, there's a chance that we got like a month left and we're almost at that number,
Yeah,
right? Not maybe not that made that crazy, but you never know. And
yeah.
like, well, do you know what the record for the best regular season start is?
Um, I know we just broke the record for the best start from a defending champion. Though it was
Hmm.
previously 7-0 by one of the all-time Yankee teams, but now we
Hmm.
have just surpassed that at 8-0, going for 9-0 now. At the time of this recording, it is just
Hmm.
after the first inning in the Dodger Philly game. But best start to an MLB season, I believe we were like 6 wins away from what I saw. So it's still a long ways to go.
Not
But
that long. Not
no,
that
it
long.
is. If this is correct, 13-0 by the 1982 Braves.
That's not
13.
that bad. That's not
So
too far. The thing I love about the Dodgers team is like some seasons you'll be like, like I don't watch every pitch, but I'll check like the box score before the game a lot of times and be like, oh, we got this pitcher tonight, probably gonna like get rocked, right?
yeah,
But this team, every pitcher's great, so
I
there's a
mean
chance every
our
night.
number 5, Dustin May. I don't know who saw the game he pitched a couple of days ago. That ball was
Mhm.
whiffling,
He was
moving.
doing well.
Oh,
I just saw we won. I didn't see
he
how he pitched.
shoved. I mean, he pitched 5 innings, only gave up one unearned run thanks to a Mookie Betts error, but he was
Mm,
just shoving. And
okay.
speaking of Mookie Betts and the Dodgers as a whole, we have had 2 games where we have been down in the dumps. One, we're down 2 in the 10th inning to the Tigers. Then we're down 5-0 to the Braves. And in
Yeah,
both
I was
both
there. Wait, no, I wasn't there. I was there
for the Mookie
for the
one.
Mookie walk-off home run game.
That's so sick.
Listen to this, Reed. So
Yeah.
I was there, and like I like to bet sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And so it was the ring ceremony game, and we go down. I don't know how much we were down, whatever, but we were down maybe 2 runs at one point, tied it, went down 2 runs again,
Yeah.
whatever. Or this is what happened. So the Dodgers. So I had a bet for the Dodgers to win by 1.5 or more, right?
Yeah.
And so when they're at home, it's tough because a lot of times they might win by 1 run, and they won't get a chance to bat in the ninth.
Exactly. Yep.
So I live bet it. It was kind of crazy odds, like 3 times my money, whatever I bet.
Yep.
And so I'm like, oh man, whatever. So like ninth inning comes around, it's tie. Or eighth inning came, tie game. I think we scored
Yeah,
the eighth inning. I'm
because
like,
Mookie hit the go-ahead home run to only go up 1 for your bet. Then they
yeah.
go up one
So I
in
was
the
like,
eighth.
oh great, but like I was like, I need someone else to like hit a home run or something, right?
Yeah.
Or like just get a run,
You needed the
right?
Tigers to
Eighth
tie the
inning.
game, and they
And
did.
so and so and so the Dodgers came back that game, and then the ninth inning came around, and like I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna cheer for the Tigers to score a run because my only chance of winning my bet was if the
Yeah.
Tigers tied it, and then we came in and hit a home run. So I'm like, all
Exactly.
right, this isn't gonna happen, whatever. So I'll hope the Dodgers win. Next thing you know, Dodgers have 2 outs. Tigers hit one, and like we made an error. I don't know who it was out in the outfield,
Yeah.
but the Tigers tied the game, and they actually almost scored again. We got him out at the plate.
Tommy Edmond, beautiful
Uh-huh.
throw. Shout out
And like
Teo and
Barnes,
Wright
I don't
as
know why
well.
Barnes was even playing that game, but tagged him right on the heel, whatever.
Yeah, second
And
game of
so
the
it
year.
goes to extra innings, and then we didn't score, and then the Tigers came out and they scored 2 runs. I'm like, oh shit, right? So literally the only way I can win my bet at this point
Is a
is if
walk-off
we
homer.
if it is if we first off come back from 2 runs,
Yeah.
then
Get 2 more.
get 2 more, And the
Yeah.
only way you can get two more in extra innings when you're the home team
Homer.
is by hitting a home run. So it's so next thing you know, the Dodgers come down, they score 2 runs.
Yep.
I'm like, oh wow, like Mookie's up. Like there was a guy on like third and second, maybe third
Hmm.
and first. All we need is just a ball to the outfield, right?
Yep.
So, but like low key in my head, I'm like, I need a home run.
Home run.
Mookie hits it. Like the place is already going nuts because we already won the game.
But
'cause
you're
you just tag
waiting to
up.
go nuts.
But I'm waiting. And like right when it goes out, I went nuts, like
Yeah.
screaming my lungs off. My mom was like, "What's wrong with you? Like this is the greatest moment of my life. This is unbelievable." Like the perfect thing to happen for my bet happened, and I literally couldn't believe it.
The
Couldn't
highs
believe
and lows of sport betting. Love it.
it. I know. I was like, this is bad. Like I need to stop this. Like
If it
like
would
this
have
is not
just
to
been
get better than this.
if it would have just been a sack fly, if that ball would have hit off the wall, you'd have been like, yeah.
No, yeah, no, I would probably would have been pissed. I'd be like,
Yeah.
what? Like I was that close, but like to
Yeah.
see that, like when it was in the air, I was like, there's no way. And it was going out, and right when it cleared out,
Yeah.
like I literally went crazy, like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so that's it.
that's incredible.
Let me see if I can show you the video.
Oh, you have a video. Damn.
Yeah. I recorded it. Let's see. I can't. I should just show it to the camera. I shouldn't like send it to you.
Yeah, show the camera.
Okay. Here we go, people. Watch this. See the ball up there?
Oh yeah. The delayed reaction.
I had to wait.
That's amazing.
See, I had to wait. I had to wait till it went over. I was
Had to wait.
hyped.
No,
But yeah,
that's
so
incredible.
Dodgers have been rolling, and they came back from down 5-0 as well, right?
Yeah, down 5-0, and almost an off-topic but on-topic. The last two games, we have made
Mhm.
two crucial errors. Mookie Betts allowed the run against the Braves with his error in the game two, and then Muncy, 2 errors, is the cause for all of Snell's 5 unearned runs to go down 5-0 in both
Mhm.
games.
Oh, so he
Mookie
pitched
hits the
well,
two-run.
but then he's still
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Not
Snell
great,
definitely
but-
wasn't on his. Snell wasn't on his game, but he did
Mhm.
not. There's a reason they were all 500. Put it that way.
And so,
But-
time out on the Braves. Can I ask about the Braves real quick? So I saw, weren't they supposed to be like one of the best teams?
I think they're the second best odds for the World Series going into this. And
Yeah,
look,
and
I think
saw
they
like
are
a
still
picture.
a very good team.
Yeah, I saw a picture. They're all batting like in the hundreds. Every player,
Yeah,
something like that.
I don't think it's like that anymore. I think after that game,
But
we
like,
just
yeah, I
had,
saw like a
they've
picture
now
on Twitter or
boosted it
something.
up. Yeah,
Are they
it
0 and
is,
9? What are
it
they?
is incredible. I think they are 0 and 7. They play today. They actually play against the Marlins, so that should be a pretty free win for them today. But I mean, they are without their best player, Ronald Acuna Jr. They're without arguably their best pitcher, Spencer
What's up with
Strider.
him? When's he coming back?
I believe he comes back in around a month-ish. I know he
Mhm.
pitched in spring training, but he wasn't quite ready yet to go for the regular season. But he should be back soon. I'm excited to see how he does. He shoved in spring training, but they're without their arguably their best two players. So we'll see how it goes from there. They ran into arguably the two other best teams in the National League, Padres, Dodgers, on the road. So they got a tough start. They also lost Jurickson Profar to the 80-game PED suspension, the same drug that took Manny Ramirez out way back when.
But still
So
around?
look, they've ran into a lot of bad luck, if you will. But
Bad luck
um,
taking steroids? Yeah.
well, let's say Brave fans have run into a lot of bad luck.
Yeah,
Players
I
have done
guess
their
so.
own thing. But when it comes to the two games, though, the two players that made crucial errors, Mookie and Muncy, in the respective games, Mookie hits the go-ahead 2-run homer against Sale in the 6th. Then Muncy, the game-tying 2-run double in the 8th to come back.
Mhm.
They both redeemed their errors. That's what you like to see. In the Dodger-Philly game right now, Yamamoto just overthrew one or someone. I'm not sure. I just saw an overthrow to third, where now the Phillies are up 1-0. We'll see whoever
Oh,
made
really?
that error makes up for that. So
Maybe
we'll
I'll
see.
live bet.
Live bet it. Now that we're down, now's the time.
Exactly.
Nah, but-
Exactly. So, and any other MLB surprises just around the league, something like that, or anything like that?
Surprises. A couple notable names: Jorge Polanco for the Mariners, who was just god awful last year, has been simply amazing this year. I think he's hitting around 444 with 2 homers to start
Wow.
the year. He's been incredible for the Mariners. Eugenio Suarez, up until today, was the home run leader. Aaron Judge just took it from him. But Eugenio had 5 very quick homers. Good to see him get hot. Not a surprise here, but Shota Imanaga has been amazing to start the year for the Cubs. So
I
some
do talk
very,
about
very
this.
impressive performances.
I have been seeing things about this torpedo bat, and people are hating because it's the Yankees. I mean, they
Yep.
did have like if you look at the numbers, they almost like just beat the record for most home runs in a game ever.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. What do you think about the torpedo bats?
Well,
Are they cheat?
I made actually a TikTok video about this yesterday because I was
Hmm.
watching the Yankee Diamondback game and I found out they were used last year. Giancarlo
Are you
Stanton,
sure?
well, according to the broadcast, Giancarlo
Hmm.
Stanton in the ALCS MVP, was using a torpedo bat. But they said no one talked about it because he was using a black bat during night games, harder to see than the beige bats or the gray bats. But these have been around, especially in the Dominican League, which I've heard about as well. My opinion, I think they're completely fine. They're legal bats. They reward better contact. They punish worse contact off the end of the bat. So
Sure.
I'm completely fine with them. I actually think they're better for the game because again, they reward good hits. They reward good hitting, punish bad pitching. So and it rewards
Yeah.
good
I
pitching
mean,
because these end of the bat hits aren't going to be as much of a
yeah.
thing.
I mean, I think they're sometimes bad for the league. Well, one thing is I heard like an MIT professor like did it this offseason. So I guess that wasn't true, or
No, no,
they're like,
it's
oh,
been
the
around.
Yankees hired an MIT scientist to bring this in.
Well, I
First
think
off,
that's true,
get a
but
life.
no.
Second off, uh, I heard someone thing like, for example, what's his name of the Yankees? Volpe, not
Volpe?
uh, Volpe, sure, the shortstop.
Yeah,
Like for example, like I didn't like that. Like he's getting jammed. Like the whole thing about baseball is that you gotta jam the hitter. Like
yeah,
make it tough. And I don't think you should reward people for getting jammed and they're hitting home runs, especially Yankee Stadium, the easiest stadium in the freaking. I hate it's. I'm starting to not like the Yankees. Luckily, we destroyed them in the World Series. I actually watched back the 5-0 comeback today just because I was feeling it. But
love
I
that.
don't think you should reward someone for hitting it off the end of the bat, especially when you're able to look at someone. I mean, if you're an MLB player, like they have all these stats now and like analytics, and
Yeah,
baseball's super analytic nowadays. So many games, and it's a sport where like it's more of a marathon, not a sprint.
yeah.
And like the fact that, and then if people are constantly getting like thawed off or whatever, like jammed up, I think it's a
Well,
no-brainer to get this bat. I don't know.
I think, well, for me, it's a no brainer, but also, I think pitchers can very much take advantage of this bat. Players have been trained for their whole careers without a torpedo bat. However, with this new bat, I think it actually gives pitchers a huge exploitation here to throw it outside. Make them hit it
Sure.
off the end of the bat. They've been now so hyper focused on I can't get jammed. I'm going to help myself get jammed. Just throw it outside. I think pitchers just haven't adjusted to it yet, where the batters have because they're using the bat. But I think the more pitchers adjust, they locate which players are using torpedo bats. And not every torpedo bat is made the same. I was watching the broadcast as well, and they said some players are going to have more directly on the barrel. Some are going to have some, as you said, jammed. Some are going to have some at the end of the bat. However, wherever you allocate wood to, somewhere else is now lacking. And I think pitchers are going to adapt to
So do
that.
pitchers have to now study? Oh,
What
he's
type of
got
bat?
a heavy torpedo bat. I got
Yeah,
to pitch him inside. Or
I
like, oh,
think
he's got like that. That seems a bit excessive. The pitchers have to now study what kind of bat they have.
I don't know if it's about studying. I think you're just going to be able to. I think these players are going to be able to look at the bat and they're able to see. It's pretty noticeable the uh,
I know the
the
Yankees are probably going to
difference.
start getting camouflage looking bats, something like
They're all going
that.
to wear. They're going to want only night games that have only black bats.
Yeah, because they
But
can't beat the Dodgers and they lose Soto. Get out
exactly.
of here, Yankees.
But I don't know. For me, I'm completely fine with them. I think pitchers are going to adjust, and I think we're going to see a big influx in torpedo bat usage, and then we're going to see basically a mountain, a hill,
All
a
right,
big
all right.
influx than a downside. But I'm completely for it. I think it rewards better swings, especially on the sweet side of the barrel. There is the argument that inside, that when you do get jammed, it might reward those more. But even then, with bat speed and stuff, you don't get as much speed on the inside of the bat. I'm I don't know. I think it's like Jazz was saying as well because he's one of like the almost the face of the torpedo bat usage. It's almost more mental now. He just feels better swinging it. It's just he's more confident, not because of the bat itself, but
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Either way,
yeah.
I think it's fine.
To be honest, I don't like it because of the Yankees. If I'm being a hater, maybe I'm just being a hater. Like if the Dodgers had it, I'd be like, oh, torpedo bat,
These are the greatest things.
torpedo. But it's
Well,
the Yankees. I'm like, dude, screw the torpedo bat. You kidding
funny
me?
enough about the Dodgers, Muncy last game used the torpedo bat, I think, for his
He
first
did.
3 at bats. Then went 0 for 3, switched to his regular bat, got the game
Yeah, he
tying
broke it.
RBI double. So
Oh, actually,
yeah, actually, that's how what
yeah. I think
happened.
it's going around. It's going around. I mean, we will see. We will see. But let's do some trivia. Reed, how about that? Let's do some
Oh
trivia.
boy! All right, let's get some correct answers
Another
on this
episode
trivia.
of Trivia with Reed. The Dan Trivia's Reed's knowledge on baseball.
Woo!
Okay, here we go. Today we're not using Grok. We're using a thing called Safari. Okay, let's check it out. And for this one I saw, it said simple questions, intermediate questions, and advanced. So we're skipping all the way to advanced for you. 10 questions. Here we go. I think 7 out of 10 would be a good score. Okay.
All right, let's hope for the best.
Who pitched for the San Francisco Giants from '07 to 2015 and won 2 Cy Young Awards?
Tim Lincecum. Easy.
Correct. I knew
Easy.
that one. Okay. Number 2. Which state has produced the most Hall of Famers?
Oh, I'm gonna assume it's between California, Texas, Florida, and New York. Just population. I'll go California.
Incorrect. You did have it. It was New York.
Okay. I guess that actually makes sense because it used to only be on the East Coast.
That's true. All right. Who has hit the most walk-off home runs? That's
Oh
a tough
boy.
one.
What time, if you know the player, what time period were they around?
Dude, I forget if this guy's like he kind of has an old name, but I think he's from like relatively recently. Big, stocky guy, big hitter.
Is it David Ortiz?
No, but similar player to him.
Lefty?
Lefty.
Similar, big power guy. Big. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. That's a crazy
Let me
question.
tell you,
Yeah,
Jim Tomei. Jim Tomei.
you're very,
You know
very
he's
similar.
lefty and big power hitter, right?
Oh yeah, lefty, huge
Yeah.
power hitter.
Yeah.
I should have got that with the hint he was like Ortiz. Same.
How? So yeah, you need to pick it up, Reed. How many years do players need to be retired before being eligible to the Hall of Fame?
5.
3.
No, it's not. It's 5.
Is that wrong?
It's 5.
Are we in the same thing again?
Hold on. I'll double check this.
Let's
How
fact check
long
this
does
trivia.
an MLB player need to be retired to make the HOF?
Let's say 5.
Wait.
All right, we'll give it to you.
Nonsense.
These trivia people are dumber than us. Let's
Actually,
see.
hold up. I'm gonna see who has the most walk-off home runs.
Yeah.
Wait, was it walk-off home runs or just walk-off in general?
Just walk off home runs.
Okay, it is Tommy. That one's
Okay.
Tommy. All right,
How many do
continue
you
on.
have?
13. That's a ton.
That is a lot. All right, let's see. Who is the youngest player to win MVP?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think. So it's got to be your rookie.
I've never heard the name before.
Oh, because I was thinking rookie MVPs. I know Ichiro is the second, but obviously he came from Japan, so he was older. I'm assuming it's the other, or maybe not the second, but he was not the first. Like who won Rookie of the Year and MVP. Who is it? Hank Green. Right?
Vida Blue.
Oh, Vida Blue, the pitch. He won an MVP. Wow, I did not know that.
Maybe this is wrong.
No,
but
that's probably
that's
correct.
what it
Vida Blue
says.
was a stud back in the day. I didn't know he was a MVP
I
stud.
don't even know who that is.
Vida Blue is a
Let's
former
see.
longtime A's pitcher.
Former Dodgers pitcher, you should get this one.
Did he win
Fernando
MVP?
Valenzuela was famous for throwing what type of pitch?
Screwball.
Correct. I didn't even know that. I should have known that. Who was the last player to win the batting triple crown before Miguel Cabrera did so in 2012?
Damn it. I knew Maggie
Uh-huh.
because that's the only reason he won the MVP over Trout. We're going MLB
Wait, what?
triple. I mean, it was everywhere back in 2012 or 2013 when he did it. It hasn't been since this person. Do you know this person?
I've heard the name, but like I would never guess it.
Who was a big power? Was had to, how many years in between?
I don't know what year he played. His initials are CY.
Chris Young. No. Who is Carl Yastrzemski?
Yeah.
Is it yeah? Okay, wow, it's Yaz. I would I was thinking like Frank Thomas maybe.
What
But
year did
no.
he play? Carl Yastrzemski.
I think 50s, 60s.
Oh wow. So what's the Triple Crown again?
Triple 60s, 60s and 70s he played. Um Triple Crown is the leader in average home runs and RBIs.
And that never happens.
Not really, no.
Like Otani, is Otani close to
Otani,
that?
like there's been players close. Otani barely missed out on it last year to Luis Arias having average on him.
Hmm.
But yeah, players have barely missed out recently, but it just never seems to actually happen until
So
Miggy
it's
did
like
it.
the Triple Crown in horse racing. Like they're close, but they're not. They don't
Yeah,
have it.
you have a lot,
All
lot of
right.
close calls.
Three left. Who was the first franchise to retire a jersey, and what number was it?
I mean, I'd assume the Yankees with Babe Ruth
Ooh, Yankees. Lou Gehrig.
before Ruth. What do we
Half point.
do? What are we doing?
Maybe it's wrong.
No,
Let's see.
I mean, it's probably right.
What year saw, or you're looking it up?
You go ahead. I'm listening.
What year saw three perfect games?
This was somewhat recently, right? With Felix Hernandez, Matt Cain, right? I think it's that year. Was this 2011?
2012. You know who the
2012.
third one was?
Kane, Hernandez. Oh, of course, 2012. That's when Kane did it. And then who was? I think it was a random ass player. Like it's by far the worst of the three.
I've never
Uh,
heard of him.
is it not Anibal Sanchez?
It's PH at the initials.
PH. I'm not sure.
Philip Humber.
Now that you say it, I know it. Never would have guessed it.
Okay. How many strikeouts did Tony Gwynn have? This isn't right. Oh, sorry. How many three strikeout games did Tony Gwynn have in his 20-year career?
I know it's under like 20. Like we're rocking very low here. It's like I mean he's probably almost had
It's
none.
hard to guess it.
I mean, I'm assuming it's under 20.
Yes.
Under 20. I think it's probably over 10. I just
Still under.
it's under 10. Is it 5?
Under.
1.
One is correct. One three strikeout game in
Dear.
his career.
Wow.
If that's
I,
right, but
I,
that's incredible.
I mean, again, that's probably right. I see just some of the craziest Tony Gwynn stats when it comes to like modern day players' homer like strikeouts. Where I think some people have more strikeouts in a season than he had in his career. Or something. It's like
Yeah.
insane.
I think you got like
Insane.
4 out of 5, 4 out of 10. Reed, maybe 5 out of 10. Actually, you did correct it though once, which was good.
Smarter than the
Maybe we'll go
trivia
to
at
the
one point.
intermediate question
Yes.
next time, Reed. I'm not sure if you're very impressive right now. All right,
Uh,
let's move on to
shame.
the March Madness.
March Madness.
What's the theme song for March Madness? I forget what it is.
Isn't it?
Like when they
Is it
after the
always the
commercials,
same
whatever.
one? It's like that. See, I'm not even gonna try and hum it,
Yeah, I
but
forget.
it's in my
Wh-
it's in my head.
Whatever. Well,
Also, whenever I think of
Final
theme songs,
Four. Final
sorry, go ahead.
Four is all one seeds this year. A
Yeah,
lot of fun. People. I think people might say. The good thing about one seeds, being a college basketball player, is you get the best champion. I'd say. I feel
yeah,
like sometimes in the March Madness, people might have off days, something like that, compared to
yeah.
like if you got like a series, something like that. And I think just when it's all one seed, you can kind of say, oh, like that was for sure the right. I bet you the committee's like, oh yeah.
Oh,
We did that. We did that. Like all one seeds.
eh,
Get out of
look, if this was a theme where it was always just the one seats, I'd have a problem. But we've had so
here.
many
Hmm.
Cinderella runs recently, so
Hmm.
many, so many upsets. I don't mind having 1 year of just dominance.
Yeah.
Um, if
And they say it's because of the transfer portal. Transfer portal is why it's ruining me college basketball. You
makes
know,
sense.
I don't really know for sure, but I assume NIL transfer portal you can offer people money, and the big schools they always win, and so like that's why you don't have these lower level schools making runs anymore. Maybe
It
that's
makes
why, maybe
sense.
not. But I do recall in previous March Madnesses, like these lower schools, like for example, like John Morant when he was at Murray State,
Yep.
that's where he was, right? Like you could tell he was the best player on the court. I think if John Morant was in college now, he'd probably be on like a Duke
Yeah.
team or like Houston or something like that, like a bigger school. I just
I I
maybe
can
so
see
maybe that
that.
is true. Like so you never know, but it's gonna be all one season this year.
But
My
all
my thinking is oh go ahead.
I think I'm not sure with John Morant, but I'm pretty sure he was a one and done. So I think
Mm,
with players like that, you'll still find like these bright stars at these smaller schools. But these
sure.
guys who are staying 2, 3, 4 years, they're you're not staying at. Well, I think Florida's best player, their point guard, like
Mm,
Clayton, I believe his name is. He's not staying at Iona where he was, where UConn
mm.
beat him.
True,
He's
true.
going.
Like
He's going to a
it's a
bigger
prime example.
school.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like he
Yeah.
probably got offered NIL, something like that at Florida, and he went,
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, here's my thoughts on the on Final Four. I think this whole tournament, I think I said in the last podcast, has been a collision course with Duke and Florida, but Auburn is getting hot, and they're looking good,
Yeah.
and
They
their
were.
best player that looks really good. So we will
They're the
see.
number one overall seed for a reason, and they were cold coming in. They're not cold
Hmm.
anymore. They're hot.
Exactly. Exactly. So I actually think it might be Auburn, and don't count out Houston. Don't count out Houston. Jim Nance, I'm listening to
They
his
arguably have the best coaching
yeah,
of the whole
yeah.
tournament.
The inbound play versus Purdue was unbelievably coaching. That was all scouting.
Did you see
They saw
that?
the
I
whole
don't know if
thing.
you saw a TikTok, but yeah,
Hmm.
where it was that was not just some lucky play. They saw the whole game. Purdue had their back to the inbounder. So what
Hmm.
do? They drop a play right to the inbounder. It's
And they
just
were
great
switching.
coaching.
Yeah, and the guy covering the inbounder was switching off onto the first screener, and and
Yep.
Houston knew they inbounded it and went right back to the inbounder. Um, Also, Houston, they they're kind of old school college basketball. What I was hearing is they
Yeah.
have a lot of guys who have been on the team for 4 years or three
Yeah.
years. They have a solid people. They have, I mean, a solid squad who like knows how to play with each other. And I think that's something that you got to look out for. I know Duke is a powerhouse, but at the end of the day, they are younger guys and they are all
Yeah.
first time players compared to Houston, who has great players plus the team chemistry vibe. So we will see. We'll see.
Yeah. That's the
So I
Samson.
think the game is +5. I like Houston +5 to be honest. I mean, I know Duke can kind of run away with it, but and they have the best player in college basketball.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's
you never
Cooper
know. Like for
Flag.
example, like Zion Williamson got kind of not got shut down, but like you get to these later games and like they've had a week to prepare for him. I think Houston has
Exactly.
a shot.
Who I'm trying to find the odds right now on the game. Right here, I don't know if at least on ESPN Sportbook right here it says Duke. The open is -4.5. The spread
Hmm.
is 5.5.
Hmm.
So it's tough. And then we go to the Auburn Florida game. We see it is a Florida. The spread is 2.5 for Florida, which does surprise. I'm shocked. Auburn is not favored in that game. If I'm a better, I'm smashing the
All right.
Auburn line there. But
Sure, I agree. I mean, you never know, like these games, and like
yeah,
usually these games are really tight. So that's why I like Houston +5 because like these games will end in like one 2 point
yeah.
games. Like they end in 2 point 3 point games all the time. And I don't know. We will see. Also, if Houston wins, I win my bracket challenge, and so I win like $500. So that would be
Happy
cool.
happy about that.
So shout out Houston this weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for all that. If we go to my brackets real quick.
Yeah, and like the bracket that we made together is in the
Yeah.
dumps. Show
It's
them the
it
bracket we made.
in
Oh,
14
21
point
million.
brutal. Look at all our final four teams we have. None of them.
I'm actually like annoyed at people. Like there's one guy in the bracket league that I'm in, and he
Yeah.
picked all the one seeds. Like, bro, get a life. Like actually get a life. Like bro, like have some
I
fun maybe, and
yeah,
like cheer for someone who's not a one seed.
I have where's my all favorite bracket? Like the all favorite bracket is top million. Like, but I feel like it's always that way, even with Cinderella stories. At the end, it's always that like three of the four, two of the four teams are one seeds.
Here's the thing: is next year, watch out. Everyone's gonna pick one seeds only, and that's where you
Five
can
seeds, seven
capitalize.
seeds.
Capitalize.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
big.
So we'll see next year.
But I am
But yeah,
surprised though that this was a dominant one seed because these are some of the best two seeds I've ever seen.
I
Tennessee
agree.
was just absolutely dominant.
St.
Michigan
John's was
State,
great, and they lost early.
I think they're by far the worst two seed in my opinion, but they lost early. I mean, there
Michigan
were
State
some
was good
great,
too.
great two seeds. Even when you go into the three seeds, Iowa State, Wisconsin were great. Not as much Texas. I wasn't big on Texas Tech, even though they made it further than everyone else. But there were some three
I'm
seeds
still
that
mad
could have
about
been
that
one
UConn
seeds.
versus Florida game, bro. I think UConn had a shot to make a run.
Brother.
Whatever. So yeah, who do you got winning? Who do you got winning the whole thing? You got Duke.
Well, we'll go game by game. For me, Auburn, Florida. I'm going Auburn.
Okay.
I think
Just
they
because they're
are.
hot.
I think one, they're a hot team. Two, I think Florida relies too much on Clayton. I think he is.
Yeah. To be honest, Florida's coach, I don't like him, and they haven't been playing good at all. They just like the last game. I couldn't believe it was last game, right? I could not believe they freaking won that game.
They were down like 13 late. Oh my!
Are
I
you
was at a
kidding me?
Mexican restaurant for that game.
But actually, might bet Auburn now. Florida looks terrible, and they're
Yeah,
a favorite by 2 points. Get out of here.
I'm smashing the Auburn pick there. Broom is just looking phenomenal. I don't know.
So you
I'm
like Auburn? Who wins Duke Houston?
I got Duke.
Okay.
Big believer in Cooper Flag.
Auburn
I
Duke. Who
don't
do you got, and why?
Auburn Duke. I know I'm going with Duke. I think Duke just has more star power on that team.
I agree.
I think Houston has a better chance to beat Duke than Auburn or Florida.
I was gonna say that. I think Duke. I think the team out of the four that matches up with
Yeah,
Duke the best is probably
it's
Houston.
Houston because they are team-oriented ball who can figure out a way to stop your flags, stop these big proctors, stop these big name players on Duke with a team that has been together for 4 years basically
Exactly,
at this
but
point.
if Houston, so here's the thing: is like if Duke makes the final, they're gonna win. But if Houston makes the final, they might not
I'm
win.
not
That's the
confident
thing.
they win. I think they just match up well
Exactly,
against Duke.
exactly.
Like I think my
So
order of I think it goes for me Duke, Auburn, Florida, Houston, but I think Houston's team is the best suited to beat Duke. These all four of these teams are so talented though.
I will say this Final Four is great because like any team could win. Any team
Any
could win.
team.
I guess that's how it kind of always is. But
Yeah.
like this year especially, it's like wow, like they're all pretty good.
Yeah. Also, have you seen like the lines where it's everyone's picking 74 versus 60 like the final score is 74-69. And that final score is almost hit so many times and it's insane odds.
Like a TikTok, whatever it is,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Again, maybe it's coming this weekend. Everyone bets 74-69. Let's do it.
And it happens.
All right, so there we
Well,
go.
I think that's it. And
My
then I
winner,
guess
I probably got. Dude, I'm
yeah.
gonna go Auburn. No, they're not gonna win the whole thing. It's gonna be either Duke or Houston that wins the whole thing. I think.
So basically this game right here is your championship game. Basically.
Exactly.
I don't hate it. We are
All right,
far
so
removed from the days of UConn 4-seeded UConns versus 5-seeded San Diego States in the final.
exactly. Let's just hop into NBA. Give me some updates on the NBA. What's going on with the NBA?
NBA. Well, let me stop sharing this screen.
Hmm.
Main story. We got I guess two big stories. We got the Warriors versus Laker game yesterday. Luka absolutely awful. Breaks his streak of what was it, 114 games with a three. That is now done.
Oh, he didn't hit a three last night.
Went 0 for
Yikes.
6. And then the other thing, speaking of suck, not this guy, Jokic, 61-point triple double, but Russell Westbrook throwing the game away for him, and the whole team around him too.
Oh, they lost that
Just
game.
they lost the game, 61-point triple double and a loss. What are we doing? I don't know. Like when it
You
comes,
see
we
his
talked about
see
it
his like half court shot he shot. The
a couple
dude's
of games
crazy.
before.
Like he
Insane.
did like a floater half court shot
Yeah.
and then
I
made
mean,
it
look,
and just walks off like it's casual. It's like, bro,
I think
get out of
there
here.
is credence to saying best player on the best team with insane stats, but Jokic's team is awful. Awful without him.
Are
Probably
they?
the worst in
What
basketball.
isn't
Worst in
Murray
basketball
great
without him.
though?
I think Murray's a Jokic product, one. But two,
He's a Laker
regardless,
killer, is what he is.
Murray is just so streaky, especially against the Lakers. But he's so streaky. He's just not reliable. Gordon is a one-trick pony, although he is getting better from the three.
Mhm.
Michael Porter Jr. is also just a very streaky player. Like, they have the potential to be good, but they can just never put it together. And they rely on Jokic so much.
You see the Giannis performance that he had? I think he's the first player to ever have 35, 17, and 20.
Damn.
You see
He's a
that?
beast. Did you also see LeBron's comments on Giannis on the Pat McAfee podcast where it's like, if Giannis played back in the 1950s, he'd be putting up 200 points or something.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. I mean, true, but not true. I mean, at the end of the day, like Giannis,
Yeah.
he's a freak. I will say that. But his shot sucks. His shot sucks, and I think the guys in the 80s would kind of get him in trouble down low compared to other guys now. So isn't the 80s really physical compared to that? He has a lot of
maybe
fouls.
it's physical, but they had no one the size of Giannis. Like, what are we doing?
Nah,
Giannis
he
would
wouldn't. Who would be better in the 80s, Jordan or Giannis?
Jordan.
Do you think LeBron says that stuff just because he do you think deep down LeBron wants to be known as better than Jordan? For sure,
course.
right?
Of course.
And he think he says that stuff because of that, or no? Because I know we asked about
I
if he
mean,
talks
I
to
think
Jordan.
maybe-
He was like, no, I don't talk to him.
I think minimally, but I think
Mhm.
I think he's sick. I think it's more of his hatred of media coverage of the current NBA players. I think that's one
Sure.
reason why. So when he said like Giannis in the 50s against like Wilt's era, oh my god. I mean, I agree, he would kill, but Giannis
Of course.
in I will say 80s basketball is different though. Defenses are so different. So it's
True.
hard. It is hard to compare eras like that. But I mean, come on, they're killing them. They're killing them.
I agree. I agree.
And then I guess last thing I want to touch on is slight NBA news. One thing that very much confused me: the Los Angeles Chargers signing Trey Lance 1 year, $6.2 million, when we already have obviously Herbert, but Heineke as a backup.
Has he ever made one good play in the NFL?
I don't think so. What are we?
And he
doing?
gets
What-
signed $6
We have
mil.
all. We have
I
all
could
this
get that
cap space.
contract.
We have all this cap space, and we're signing a QB3 who's done nothing in the NFL
Well,
besides
he's a
be
three.
drafted
Who's your
third.
second? Who's your second one?
Heineke. We have Heineke.
Dude, Trey Lance has made a fortune off of thinking he might
Bro.
like the Niners when they got him were like, oh, like we have
the
the
future.
next coming of God on our team.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, like this Lance guy is gonna be like the next. Like it's right when Mahomes got good too. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wow, like they got this Lance guy on the bench. They're getting him ready. He's coming in.
He's going to be
next Mahomes.
Garoppolo's replacement.
And because of that, he's gotten millions.
Like, look, I don't know about you. I think you and I could do just as good of a job as he's done so far. We could sit on our ass on the bench
No,
for $6
literally,
million just
like
as
if
well.
I had the hype he had, like I think I would get the same contract.
Me and you could have done just as well as he's done so far. We could sit on our ass on the bench
Yeah.
for 17
Yeah.
games a year. We could have done that.
Other NFL news is Aaron Rodgers, Steelers. Dude, this is getting ridiculous. I will say.
Ridiculous.
It's almost like he has no this is the thing I'm hearing. Like he literally has no other options, but I guess he's waiting for Minnesota who aren't going to offer him. It's like and he's playing catch with DK Metcalf. Like, dude, get out of here. And like, the Steelers owner's like, "Oh yeah, we got him in the bag." Like he was so confident. Dude, just freaking sign the freaking pen and the paper. You know?
What are your thoughts on, let's just say the Rodgers plan doesn't work out, or because Rodgers is a very short-term option, thoughts on trading up for someone if he falls, like Shedder Sanders, or drafting Jackson Dart? What are your, or Milroe? What are your thoughts there?
What I'm hearing is, first off, they're not liking this draft class. And the last time I heard
I
that,
don't
we
either.
got Kenny Pickett. And
Have the Steelers learned from their mistake is the question.
exactly. To be honest, probably not, because we run the same play every damn game, but for every possession. So we probably are going to draft Jackson Dart first overall.
I'll be
But-
horrible.
To be honest, knowing the Steelers, we're probably going to draft Dart first round, like in the 25th pick, whatever 21st pick.
I see that happening if you don't get Rodgers. If you get Rodgers,
I think it happens either way, with Rodgers or without.
What do you think the Steelers' biggest need is now? Besides quarterback, obviously.
Quarterback.
Besides quarterback, what is your biggest need outside of that?
The line has always needed some work. Our defense, we got Darius Slay, which is great, but I think the line, like especially if you have someone like Rodgers, you need to have a good line, at
Yeah.
least pass blocking line, and
I think
and we need a running back too because we don't have
got rid of
we have
Najee.
Gainwell now after Najee left.
That
So
look, this is a very deep running back class. I think you guys will get a good one come round two
yeah,
or
I would love to
three.
get Genty, probably won't happen. To be honest, I'd rather get Genty than Dart at that pick, even if we didn't get Rodgers. I think who
No,
cares?
duh. Everyone would. Genty's a projected top 10 pick here. Well, maybe top 12. Genty's got to be going
Yeah, no
to.
shit. I'd rather get Mahomes than I would Kirk Cousins. Yeah, no shit.
you know, nah. I'd rather have Travis Hunter than whoever.
So
And
yeah, is
Colston
Hunter going number
Loveland.
one overall? What are they saying about him?
Well, funny enough, I was gonna say I think next podcast we need to do a mock draft.
Okay.
Start it up, get familiar with the names. But from what I see, Titans seem pretty set on going Cam Ward, quarterback of Miami one. But then who knows after that? At first, I thought the Browns were for sure going Shedder Sanders, but
Mhm.
now all signs have been pointing towards either Hunter or Carter.
Mhm.
Then at 3, I was so sure if a quarterback fell here, the Giants would for sure take Shedder Sanders, but they just signed Justin Fields. So now whoever the Browns don't take between Hunter and Carter, they should just take the leftovers there. Then no team needs a quarterback till the Steelers. So we'll see. I think if
It's
Shedder
funny. The
falls
league is
to
full
21,
of average quarterbacks that you got to start, but they are not going to win the Super Bowl,
yeah.
and
I
that's
think
the
for
worst
the
place to
Steelers,
be
if
in.
Shedeur Sanders, I do not think the Steelers should be trading up at all. However, if Shedeur Sanders somehow does fall to them at 21, then I would not hate that pick for them.
I agree.
However, if Jackson Dart is there, and
Wait, so
they pick
wait,
Jackson
what
Dart,
team doesn't need after what team? No one needs a quarterback anymore.
well, it was the Giants. No team because after that, let me just quickly. I'll pull this up on my screen too. PFF mock draft, and let me just see the draft order. It is forever until a team needs a quarterback, in my opinion. All around.
So I
just
feel like
enter this
Tomlin is
draft.
probably jealous of Baltimore having Lamar Jackson and wants something similar. He probably just looks at it and says, "I want something like that."
Here's PFF real quick. Like we look at quickly these teams. Titans need a QB. They should take Cam Ward. Then we go to the Browns. They need a QB. They just got Kenny
with
Pickett.
the Titans, were they ever in competition for Aaron Rodgers or no?
I didn't hear those talks. I heard some like they were maybe looking for a veteran, but they have Will Levis already.
Yeah.
They're not in a win now space either.
So-
Me personally, I don't think they should take Ward either. but-
Is it going to be a Ward versus Levis battle, or is it going to be like, oh, it's Ward's team?
I think it'll be a battle. There might be talks if it's just going to go Ward, but I could very much see Levis starting the year and then Ward taking it over.
Sure.
Then
And
we
then
go into
the Browns just got Russ.
Browns got Russ? Wait. Who got Russ?
Wait. Isn't
No,
he on
sorry.
the
I
Browns?
was saying Justin Fields. Giants got Russ.
Thank you. And
I
who the
was saying
Browns
the wrong
get?
name earlier. Giants got Russ. Jets got Fields. Got the New York team messed up. But
Correct.
we go to the Browns. They have Kenny
Oh, the
Pickett.
Browns got Pickett. That's who they got.
But here's the thing, right? If I'm the Cleveland Browns, my options are between like biggest need is quarterback. I have Shedeur Sanders, who honestly in any other draft class would not be a number one first round pick, especially not top 2. Or I can go with 2 generational talents in either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. I'm taking one of them. So let's say he drops there. Then we go to the Giants. Just
And
signed
you got
Russell
Kenny
Wilson.
Pickett. Then
Yeah.
you start with Kenny Pickett.
Like you're fine, and you still have Deshaun Watson on the team. He sucks now, but he's still there. That is now, and you also no, they sent DTR
I
away.
think we can just guarantee that whoever the Browns pick, it's going to be the wrong choice. So,
Yes,
like, if
they
they pick Hunter,
I mean,
Hunter will probably be the worst player ever.
their only good pick that I was like so solidified in was the Myles Garrett pick. Number 1, they made the right choice there. They didn't go Johnny Manziel, and then they ended up going him later. But they made the right choice in Myles Garrett. Outside, I mean, they've picked some good players. Like Denzel Ward was like they picked some good players, but man. But anyways, after that, we look further. Giants, they just signed both actually Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. They're both the Giants. They're not going QB anymore. Then Patriots, they just got Drake May. Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence. Raiders just signed Geno Smith to an extension. Jets just got Justin Fields. Panthers have Bryce Young. Saints, maybe. But they did just sign, they still have Derek Carr though. But I don't see them going there. Obviously the Bears have
Where's
Williams.
Kirk Cousins at now?
Kirk Cousins.
Is he
I
at Atlanta still?
believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me just make sure. He is still with Atlanta.
And they also have what's his name from Washington. So
Yeah. They
what's his name again?
They're Atlanta's fine.
Yeah.
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Then we just let me just rapid fire names here. Cowboys Prescott. 49ers Purdy. Cowboys Prescott. Dolphins Tua. Colts. I don't know how sold they are on Richardson. But they did just bring in Daniel Jones as well. So they already have their QB. They're not good options, but they already have their QB battle. Falcons Penix Jr. Cardinals Murray. Bengals Burrow. Seahawks just signed Darnold. Buccaneers they're set on Mayfield. Broncos Knicks. Then Steelers. In between them and the Steelers, there is solid reasons for them not to take Shedeur Sanders.
I can see a team though just picking Sanders just in case on the bench. Put him on the bench. Kind of like with Penix.
I could see the Saints doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Saints doing that thing, and I could also low key see the both 13 and 14 Dolphins and Colts. Dolphins, Tua injury prone. Who knows what's going on there?
True.
And then Colts just
that would piss Tua off for sure. Well, all right, there you go.
See.
We'll revisit that. We'll revisit that next podcast.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else you got? That's it. That's a good episode today. I think of the high elevation.
Yeah, we'll do a little mock draft next.
Next week we'll talk about March Madness. We'll check in on the Dodgers. What's the score right now?
Episode, I think 5.
What's the score of the Dodger game?
4. Right now it is 1-0 Phillies. 1-0 Phillies going to the bottom of the 4th.
I'm calling Dodger win. And there you have it, people. High Elevation Podcast. Boom!
Bet on it. Peace.